catastrophe.
I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. We're still at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot still trying to flip it out the stove. Rockin' fake J's, praying that nobody knows. Watch them take my dog away, was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour might crash, cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour might crash, cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I know my people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city, cause we beat the streets. Trying to spread the wealth around the block, no, I can't keep from me. Told me I should leave. I see the bigger picture and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like a king, but my people need to eat. If I got it, then you got it, we gon' get back on our feet. And I put it on me. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour might crash, cause good die young. Yeah, but here I come. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour might crash, cause the good die young. Here I come. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back home. Y'all coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home.
Maybe mom and dad were right when they told me this wouldn't be nothing. Maybe I should take their advice, go get a life, or maybe get a job or something. Pack it up and head back home, tell everybody I was bluffing. Or maybe I'll just get out my head and focus on what I know's coming. Yeah. Cause I can't fall asleep at night without seeing my dreams. Delusion and reality, I'm somewhere in between. These voices in my head get loud and they keep telling me that I'm a fool for trusting in these wings. But maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. All my exes just drinking themselves crazy tonight. Baby, I should call and say, told you I'd be right. Wondering how long it was before you realized the biggest mistake of your life, and now you're paying the price. Oh, is it confidence or confusion? Either way, I feel like I ain't never losing. Your opinion of how you know just what I'm choosing. I gotta do this, cause I can't fall asleep at night without seeing my dreams. Delusion and reality, I'm somewhere in between. These voices in my head get loud and they keep telling me that I'm a fool for trusting in these wings. Well, maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. Maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. Flying feels like. Maybe this what flying feels like.
core, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen, got me tryna get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. All in my core, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen, got me tryna get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. Big bro, scared my line, sell a brother, get your feet in. But top in with your peoples, like so they doing decent. Show me how to readjust some ways that I've been thinking. Been trying to protect what I've been building, been on defense. Celebrating our friends and we gon' up there when we touch down. BYOD, shout out to my homies working sundown. I should call my sister for some custom gold fronts now. Soul already shining, need no diamond, roll it, bust down. No matter how far, I can't forget the opposition. If you ain't been running front and side, you seen this competition. Wisdom telling me better slow down, my heart and mind conflict. I'm patient, ain't no free pass, and I'm paid a lot for my position. Come and get it. Ball in my core, high step is a layup.
Formal. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923. Formal. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
with the OH report. Buckeye Central girls basketball and Colonel Crawford girls basketball almost set to tip off here.
Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated. We the one.
1-0 within the N10 conference, and Buckeye Central with that loss, not used to losing in the N10, are they? So they want to get off on the right foot here against Colonel Crawford, who has that 5-0 record, unblemished, and seemingly would kind of be one of the favorites here to possibly win the N10 with everything that they have coming into this season, led by head coach Zach Bauer. Phil Loy, on the other hand, obviously they've been to the state finals, regional championships here recently, but he knows that's kind of looking that way. It may not happen this year, but he has something that he could build up here for Buckeye Central as they come in with that record of 3-1. They won against Willard 46-43, so some positive momentum there coming into this game. As far as they were ranked number 34 in Columbus, ranked number 24 in Division 4. Shooting 29% from the outside, but only 56% from the free throw line. So some of those Coach Loy obviously wants to work on in practice. As far as for Colonel Crawford and their 5-0 record, as I mentioned, led by head coach Zach Bauer, they come into the season with that unblemished record. Won against Crestview 42-7, which is insane. Yeah, not a tight one at all. Beat Upper Sandusky, which is another tough team in the N10, 38-27. Their three-point shooting percentage is only 21%. So as far as that's concerned, maybe something to look at there for these two teams. Can Buckeye Central make some shots from the outside? And their free throw percentage is only 50% as well. Ranked number 31 in Ohio, number 5 in Columbus, number 6 in Division 3. So a lot to look forward there for Coach Zach Bauer and company. As far as Colonel Crawford, led by Mira Holt with 13.7 points per game, and Allison Weithman at 8.3 points per game. Keys to the game, they have to beat Buckeye Central on the boards, and they have to make their free throws as well for Colonel Crawford. Buckeye Central, I mentioned they have to shoot it well from the outside, but also their keys here would be to toe the line and embrace Chuck City crowd. And not expecting a huge crowd here today on a Saturday afternoon, but we'll see if the Buckeye Central faithful can get into it as always. So with that, we're going to take a timeout for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups. And Buckeye Central, Colonel Crawford, that's coming up next here on WQEL and the OH Report.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
court. Colonel Crawford, Buckeye Central getting set to tip off in just a couple of seconds here. We'll run down the starting lineups. Buckeye Central and Colonel Crawford. Colonel Crawford coming in with a record of 5-0, 1-0 in the N10, led by head coach Zach Bauer. Their last win was over Crestview, 42-7, and their starting lineup would be first a 5'2 junior, number 2, Gabby Roston, a 5'7 junior, number 5, Mira Holt, a 5'5 senior, number 10, Allison Weithman, a 5'6 senior, number 22, Ayla McKibben, and a 5'6 senior, number 33, Lene McKibben. For Buckeye Central, led by head coach Phil Loy, number 2, Mara McDogal, number 15, Ella Evac, number 21, Nevaeh Metzger, number 24, Elise Seifert, and number 45, Macy Deppen. And those are our starting lineups, and Colonel Crawford wins the tip, and we're underway here from Dutchtown. Colonel Crawford working right to left in the gold uniforms, and there will be a jump ball right off the bat. Turnover here for Colonel Crawford.
Right
and
to
possession
left in the gold uniforms.
to Buckeye Central. Buckeye Central, the home whites with the Buckettes script across the chest. They'll inbound it here to McDougal in the backcourt. And say they need to clear things out here as it's Seifert getting across the timeline, double teamed all the way, and then hands it to Deppen, and then we'll have another jump ball and possession over to Colonel Crawford. So both teams start out here
across the timeline
with a jump ball, and really there for Buckeye Central is just kind of the spacing. They need to space things out a little bit more so you're not so congested where that double team hurts you in the end. As here's Lene McKibben turning around. She'll find Weithman from the right wing. Guns a three. It rattles in and out. And a rebound tracked down in the corner by Evac here for the Buckettes. Metzger to Deppen. Fast break. Score from left of the rim is Macy Deppen. And the Buckettes take the early lead. And our first to score is Macy Deppen. Score more on Route 4 with Chevrolet of Bucyrus. And we'll have a foul inside on the other end. And Buckeye Central's Colonel Crawford's Gabby Rosden heads to the free throw line. 2-0 Buckeye Central here, just a minute and 3 seconds into the game. And the first one from Rosden is good. As we mentioned in the pregame, Colonel Crawford not a great free throw shooting team, a 50% as a team, and Rosden splits the pair and makes it 50% for the day. As McDougal the rebound for Buckeye Central. She'll have it working on the left wing. She'll drive to the free throw line, kicks it Deppen. Deppen, one bounce, bounces it too close to McDougal, and it's taken away there by Ayla McKibben. Second turnover of the afternoon for the Buckettes. It'll be McKibben from the left wing, drains a three. And Colonel Crawford now leads it 4-2. Ayla McKibben on the board. With 6:15 to play here, opening quarter. Metzger working from the left wing. She'll bounce it over here, right wing to Seifert, who lobs it back inside to Metzger, who lays it in from right of the rim. Nevaeh Metzger. Tied at 4, 6 minutes to play here, first quarter. Colonel Crawford and Buckeye Central each playing their second game within the conference as Rosden dribbles up top. She'll feed it over on the left wing to Lene McKibben. She'll drive to the free throw line, stops, drags her feet, and travels. Second turnover of the game for Crawford. Both teams with 2 apiece. 5:43 left here in the opening quarter. Seifert to McDougal in the backcourt. They set up the half-court trap, but Buckeye Central breaks it rather easily. Metzger drives, kicks it to Deppen. Deppen in the middle of the paint. Floater no good. Metzger offensive putback up and in. Bounce the right way to Nevaeh Metzger, and Buckeye Central back on top, 6-4. Head of the key for Crawford. On the right side, they'll miss a three, does McKibben. It bounces out of bounds. And the ball goes over to the Buckettes. A 1-3-1 trap here coming towards half court, I would assume. They work it across the timeline, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Lene McKibben, and the ball will stay here with the Buckettes, and we'll have our first substitution into the game today as Lexi DeRay into the game in favor of Lene McKibben. 6-4, Buckeye Central leading, 5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Metzger bounces it over towards the left wing. Still working here on Gabby Roston. Dribbling up top on the left wing. She'll drive middle of the floor. Kicks it right wing to Evac. She'll drive middle of the paint. Off the glass. Got the roll. Ella Evac. They have 8 points in the paint, does Buckeye Central, and they've doubled it up here 8-4. Roston kicks it, head of the key. Lexi Rush, a three, drills it. Eight to 7. Buckeye Central on top. 4:22 to play here in the quarter. Metzger across the midcourt stripe. She'll drive to the free throw line. Bounces it left wing. This is Seifert, tries a three. She can't get it to fall. Rebound slapped around inside and back into the hands here of Lexi Rush for Colonel Crawford. Spins at the free throw line to Roston, right point. Roston left of the lane. Turns around. Feeds it back here to Holt, who drives inside. Has it stripped, taken away by McDougal. McDougal, a 2-on-1 fast break to Seifert, off of her foot and out of bounds. Just got a little too far ahead of themselves, said Buckeye. Rushed it a little too much. You can see she just dribbles it off her foot and out of bounds. Still an 8-7 Buckeye Central lead. With 3:42 to play here in the quarter. DeRay driving right of the lane. Jump stop and travels. And that's where you do have to jump stop if you're DeRay. And Lene McKibben back into the game here for Gabby Roston. 1 point advantage, Buckeye Central, as Crawford stays within that trap, and they almost turn it over. Metzger has to get it across the timeline quickly. She does. She'll feed it here in the near side corner to Evac. Wraps herself around the basket. A reverse lay-in, but a double dribble as well. And Buckeye Central turns it over. 4 turnovers for both teams. Now 5, it looks like, for Crawford. 3 for Buckeye. And make it 6. For Colonel Crawford. Still an 8-7 advantage, but sloppy play here in this first quarter for both teams. Just kind of seem to be rushing things a little bit, but obviously the trap's going to do that for that Colonel Crawford defense, and that's why Buckeye Central has those turnovers, and Crawford much of the same. They'll kick it, far side corner. McDougal, quick trigger, got it. Mara McDogal with her first 3 points, and it's 11-7 in favor of the Buckettes. Holt backing her way to the elbow, bounces it to Rush. 10-footer good. Nice two-man game inside there for Crawford. It's 11-9. Lexi Rush now with 5. Metzger almost has it taken away. Working here on Lene McKibben. Bounces it to McDougal. Stops inside the three-point line. Can't get it to fall. Ball tipped around and into the hands here of DeRay, who drives, lays it up, no good, and it's out of bounds. She lost it going up. So 7 turnovers for Colonel Crawford, who trail it 11-9, 2:10 to play here in the quarter. Metzger into the front court, leaves it to McDougal on the wing. She'll pass it all the way to the left wing to Ella Colleen, who drains it just inside the three-point line. Ella Colleen with her first points. 13-9. Buckeye Central, a 4-point advantage here in the early going. Roston to Rush. A 3. Clangs it off the heel, no good. Lene McKibben comes flying in, and she's tied up with Ella Evac, and a jump ball. Possession goes to the Buckettes. With 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter, Buckeye Central leading 13-9 with the basketball. Metzger, Seifert, McDougal, Evac, and Ella Colleen on the floor here for the Buckettes. Working against Weithman. Now Metzger working on Ralston. Drives to the free throw line. Kicks it to Seifert, left wing. She's left open. She tries it and hits. Elise Seifert gives the Buckettes their largest advantage of the game at 16-9. Ralston bounces it. Weithman on the backdoor cut. She can't get it to fall from the left side, and the rebound ripped out of there here by Seifert of Buckeye Central. Ahead to McDougal, near side corner. McDougal back in McKibben down towards the block, picks it up, turns around, and lobs it out to Metzger here on the right wing. Metzger zigzags her way into the paint, kicks it to McDougal, right wing, stops, feeds it back to Metzger. Metzger drives inside, goes up and is fouled. And Metzger to the free throw line with 43.9 on the clock. And a 7-point advantage here for the Buckettes, who seem to be kind of finding their way here and started out the season with some injuries. But Coach Loy working on getting his team ready and trying to compete here in the N10. First free throw here for Metzger, drains it. She's now at 3 points, as these are the first free throws of the afternoon here for Buckeye Central, who once again gained their largest advantage at 17-9. Metzger's second free throw, got it as well. She's got 4, 18-9, Buckeye Central on top. Ralston on the wing. Has it poked away for a second here by Colleen, but right back into the hands of Ralston, who works her way towards the head of the key. Bounces it left wing to Ayla McKibben. In between the free throw line and the three-point line, feeds it to Weithman, who passes right wing to Lene McKibben. She'll kick it out, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Alexi Rush. 8th turnover by Colonel Crawford. Metzger into the front court with 15 seconds left here in the quarter. Metzger to the right elbow, spins, bounces it to Evac. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Evac stops on the right wing, tries to skip it across to the corner, and it's picked off by Lexi Rush. 3 seconds at the three-point line. Near side corner to Weithman, throws it out of bounds. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Buckeye Central 18, Colonel Crawford 9. You're listening to high school girls basketball here on WQEL.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
Leading the way here for Buckeye Central, Nevaeh Metzger with 4 points. For Crawford, it's Lexi Rush with 5. The one key kind of stat here is 8 turnovers for Crawford compared to 4 for Buckeye Central. And I don't think that's going to win you very many games if you have on pace here in the game for 32 turnovers. Ball's on the floor again. Jump ball, another turnover. Make it 9 for Crawford. And, I mean, a lot of credit, obviously, to Buckeye Central, though, for forcing those turnovers. These aren't just errors that are happening, maybe a couple in there, but a lot of it's forced turnovers. Metzger bounces it over to McDougal, near side corner. She spins, picks up her dribble, passes back out to Metzger on the wing. Metzger drives to the free throw line. She'll bounce it over to Ella Colleen off the glass. No good. She tips her own rebound right into the hands of Metzger, who leaves it short as well. And we're going to have a foul underneath against Buckeye Central. And that'll be the first foul of the quarter. As you can see, kind of over the back. Yeah, elbows flying. Yeah. Then the obvious foul call for the official makes it easy. 7:20 to play here. First half, 18-9. Buckeye Central with the lead. They'll bounce it over to Duray, who gets to the free throw line, spins around, passes back out to Ayla McKibben. Back to Duray on the wing. Metzger, who plays great defense, concentrates, working on Duray, but McKibben kicks it to her sister. Lene drills it from the right wing. And it's 18-12. 6:45 to play here in the second quarter. Ella Colleen bounces it, head of the key to Seifert, who takes one dribble. Now shovels it over left wing to McDougal. Back on the right side here to Allison Wright, fresh into the game for the first time this afternoon. Seifert working on Duray. Dribbles to the head of the key. Not a lot of room in a 5-second call. Just a lot of action, just dribbling the ball up top. And that would be turnover number 5 for the Buckettes. Allison Weithman subs out. Gabby Roston, Mira Holt, Lene, and Ayla McKibben into the game here, along with Duray for Crawford. It's Deppen, Seifert, Metzger, Ella Colleen, and McDougal on the floor for the Buckettes. Ayla McKibben stuck in the middle of the paint, kicks it far side corner. Duray, a three, off the heel, no good, but the long rebound into the hands here of Ayla McKibben. It'll be Duray. Back to Ayla McKibben. Rainbow three, drains it. Buckeye Central now on top 18-15, but Crawford kind of working their way back now, trails by 3. 5:45 to play here in the first half. Metzger to the free throw line. To Colleen on the far side. She'll drive, lays it off the glass, in and out, but a foul. So Ella Colleen to the free throw line. With their team leading by 3. As a team, they are 2 of 2. Now make it 3 of 3. As Ella now has 3 points. And speaking of Ella Evac into the game here for Elise Seifert. Second free throw, drains it. They now have 4 as Ella Colleen, and the Buckettes push the lead back to 5. Roston driving right of the lane, spins middle of the paint, kicks it. Ayla McKibben, another rainbow try, can't get it to fall. Tipped around, back into the hands on a long rebound here for McKibben. She picks up her dribble, tries to throw it over on the right wing to Lene McKibben, and it's out of bounds. As you can see, maybe Lene kind of held up there instead of going more towards the ball, but that would be turnover number 10. Ella Colleen almost loses it, picks it back up, still on the dribble, stops out of the key and then drags her feet. Nice spot by the official there, as that would be turnover number 6 for Buckeye Central. 5:01 left here in the first half. Roston into the front court. Bounces it, leaves it left wing over to Holt. Holt jabs towards the left, goes towards the right, picks up her dribble at the free throw line. Now bounces it right point to Lene McKibben. Defended by Ella Evac. Spins around on the elbow. Jump stop, middle of the lane. Kicks it right wing to Duray. Now she'll shovel it over left wing to Ayla McKibben, who drives, jump stops, right block, kicks it. Roston, a 3, airballs it on the backside. Fight for the rebound. And ball stays here with Crawford, as Ella Evac maybe would have just been better to let that one go. But also had Roston right on her. Now Holt leaves it short. And McDougal comes out of the pack. Spins around right wing, stops, picks up her dribble, tries to bounce it to Ella Evac, and it goes out of bounds. 7th turnover for the Buckettes. Allison Weithman subs in for Alexi DeRay. Roston out as well. And Lexi Rush into the game. Only, one made 2-point attempt, but 4 threes here for Crawford. And I don't know if you can make your living on the outside. And as I mentioned that, Mira Holt says, I'll take care of it. Drives, lays it in, and a foul. So Mira Holt with her first 2 points of the game. She averages almost 14 a game. That foul would be the second on Buckeye Central here of the quarter, and the first on Nevaeh Metzger. Holt's free throw rattles in. She has 3, and it's 20-18. Just a one-possession game here in New Washington. 3:58 to play here in the first half. Metzger working on Lene McKibben. Drives, bounces it over to McDougal, that's Ella Colleen on the left wing, who leaves it right point to Evac. Back to Colleen. Colleen drives right of the lane, lays it up off the glass, can't get it to fall, and a blocking foul here. And it'll go against Allison Weithman. As Coach Phil Loy is going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:42 left here in the first half. It's Buckeye Central 20, Colonel Crawford 18. We'll be right back.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
From New Washington, where Buckeye Central has a 20-18 lead with 3:42 to play here in the first half. Ella Colleen to the free throw line for 2 free throws. And the first one misses off the heel. First missed free throw here for the Buckettes. 4 of 5 now from the line. Second one, good. And it goes out of bounds after Nevaeh Metzger pokes it. But ball stays here with Crawford. Full court, just man-to-man defense there by Buckeye. No pressure besides that, but Lexi Rush decides to rush a 3. Can't get it to fall. And Mara McDogal rips it away here from Ayla McKibben. And it's knocked out of bounds here by Weithman. Ball stays with the Buckettes. Crawford backs off the pressure. 21-18. Buckeye Central holding that 3-point advantage. Metzger crossover, middle of the paint, kicks it to Seifert, who drives, lays it up with the right hand. Just in and out there for Seifert. And they'll quickly get it ahead to Holt, who lays it in from right of the rim. 1-point game. 21-20. Buckeye Central on top. Under 3 to play now here in the first half. Metzger kicks it Seifert right point. Seifert takes 2 dribbles, leaves it over to Colleen, who drives right of the lane, kicks it to Evac. Evac, near side corner, lobs it back out right wing to McDougal. McDougal, middle of the paint, kicks it Metzger left wing, tries a 3, leaves it short, and right into the hands of Lexi Rush here for Colonel Crawford. Quickly ahead. Rush at the N10 logo, bounces it to Holt. Holt drives, splits the defense, lays it in, got the foul and the basket. I believe it's going to count. Or are they going to say it's on the floor? No. They do count it indeed, and Colonel Crawford has the lead. Just the second lead change here in the game. And Mira Holt a chance to make this a 3-point play. Colonel Crawford at their best when they push the basketball up the floor. Not settling for threes, but actually driving to the basket, and that's what they do here. And Mira Holt gives Colonel Crawford a 23-21 lead with that made free throw. Metzger backing her way in, kicks it. McDougal tries a three. Gets stuck in between the rim and the backboard. They'll quickly push it ahead off the feed from Holt. McKibben drains it. That was Lene. And it's 25-21. Colonel Crawford now with their largest lead of the game. They have outscored Buckeye Central 16-3 here in the quarter. Deppen, turnaround, desperately need it, desperately got it. 25-23. Roston, head of the key. Bounces her way towards the elbow. Now kicks it to DeRay on the right wing. Drives to the N10 logo. Kicks it. Far side corner to Holt. Holt, jump stop, middle of the paint. Can't get the roll. And the rebound drops into the hands of Seifert here for the Buckettes, who trail by 2 with 1:15 to play here in the half. Metzger bounces it. Left corner to McDougal. Contact, ball on the floor, bodies on the floor. And what do we have? Do we have a jump ball? Or a timeout by Crawford? We'll see what the call is here. As they watch the replay on the OH report, they do get the timeout. Not sure how, because it looks like it's a jump ball to me, but nevertheless, timeout on the floor. We'll be back. First half, Colonel Crawford leading 25-23. They have outscored Buckeye Central 16-5 here in the quarter, on their way to that 2-point advantage. Buckeye Central with 7 turnovers in the game. Colonel Crawford with 8. Crawford, are they going to look for maybe to take some time off the clock and settle for a last shot here? And they're going to have to drain 40 seconds off here, and Buckeye Central kind of may be content at least going into the half trailing by only 2. They do have fouls to give, just 1 if they wanted to here, and make them inbound it, as they only have 3 fouls here in the quarter. Remember the 5-foul rule where you get 2 shots once you get to the 5th foul. Roston holds it at the volleyball line. 15 seconds left here in the half. Lexi Rush is going to try a 3. Misses it off the heel. Ball slapped around, and McDougal saves it from going out of bounds into the hands of Metzger. Across the timeline, 5 seconds on the clock. Metzger kicks it. Ella Colleen at the buzzer, drains it. Ties this game at 25. We head to the half. Colonel Crawford, Buckeye Central tied at 25. Stay tuned for the Ohio News Network halftime show. We'll come back, recap the first half and some stats as well. Buckeye Central 25, Colonel Crawford 25. You're listening to high school basketball here on WQEL, along with watching on the OH Report.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923. Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
In the OH report, Jared Moore here from New Washington, where the Buckeye Central Buckettes and Colonel Crawford Eagles are tied at 25 here at halftime. And a pretty darn good first half, I would say, as Colonel Crawford trailed 18-9 to start the second quarter and would come out and score 16 points, giving Buckeye Central only 6. They did lead at one time at 16-2, but Buckeye Central a little spurt there to end the second quarter would tie this game at 25. Some first half stats. Team stats, Colonel Crawford with 5 made field goals, 4 threes, 8 rebounds total, 12 turnovers, 3 fouls only. A clean first half, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. For Buckeye Central, 5 twos, only 2 threes, but they were big threes as well. 8 rebounds, 7 turnovers for the Buckettes with 4 fouls, and they were 5 of 6 from the free throw line. As far as player stats go, Mira Holt leading all scorers with 8 total points. Lexi Rush with 5. Lene McKibben with 5. Ayla McKibben with 3. And Gabby Roston with 1. Buckeye Central is led by Ella Colleen with 6 total points. She hit that last shot, a 2, at the end of the first half to tie this game at 25. Nevaeh Metzger with 4. Ella Evac with 2. Mara McDougall with 3. Elise Seifert with 3. And Macy Deppen with 4, as she also hit a big-time shot there late in the second quarter to get Buckeye Central within 2. So those are your first half stats. We'll come back here with second half action on WQEL and the OH report. Colonel Crawford, Buckeye Central tied at 25. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Third quarter set to start here on WQEL along with the OH report. Jared Moore here from New Washington. Buckeye Central, Colonel Crawford tied at 25 in their second league game here of the season. Already getting a week 3 here for girls basketball. Holt drives, splits through the defense, but leaves it short. And Metzger comes down with it here for Buckeye Central. She'll have it from the feed from Evac, spins around and is fouled. First foul here of the third quarter. The Buckettes set to inbound it from left of the backboard. And you hear Coach Phil Loy call out the play. You also hear Coach Zach Bauer call out the play, and both teams know each other's plays rather well, especially when it gets to those inbounds plays. Right winger will be Metzger, driving right of the lane, has it stripped and taken away here by Weithman. Roston ahead of the pack to Weithman, back to Roston on the left point. Bounces it a couple times, now brings it back out here on the left point. Roston dribbling head of the key. Goes to the left elbow, spins, bounces it over to Holt, who loses it for a second, but back in the hands here of Holt. Holt drives, kicks it back to Weithman on the wing. Weithman to the free throw line, spins, turns around, shovels it out right wing to Ayla McKibben, who has it stripped and taken away here by Mara McDougall. Tied at 25, 1:10 here into the third quarter. Buckeye Central and Crawford. Metzger bounces it right wing. Evac left open. Right elbow extended. Can't get the fall. And Lene kicks it to Ayla McKibben. Another rainbow and got it. Ayla McKibben may have shot that thing 40 feet high, but she'll put it down through the hoop and gives Crawford the 28-25 lead, and now Metzger leaves it short. A lot of contact inside. Ball on the floor, picked up by Roston. Roston kicks it. They'll find Weithman in the corner. Off the backside, no good, and Deppen hauls in the rebound here for the Buckettes. 28-25, Colonel Crawford leading, 5:55 to play here, third quarter. McDougal spins around at the free throw line, lays it up off the glass, leaves it short. Mira Holt comes out of the rebound. Holt, coast to coast, off the glass and in. Mira Holt now in double figures with 10 points. They'll try to get it to Evac, and it's knocked out of bounds here by Allison Weithman. Seems like the momentum right now, obviously, on Crawford's side as DeRay comes into the game here for Allison Weithman. 5-point advantage here for the Eagles. They'll inbound it, and it's knocked out of bounds. Grace Colleen into the game. Obviously, Paige graduated last year. A big part of getting that Buckeye Central team to another regional runner-up. Metzger working on the right wing. Metzger tries to throw it inside, and it's taken away. Roston, the first one to tip it, but into the hands here of Lene McKibben. To Ayla. Floats it up. Can't get it to fall from the right side. And Grace comes down with a rebound here for Buckeye Central. 30-25 remains the score. 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. They'll bounce it to Grace Colleen, who drives, kicks it to Ella Colleen. Ella stops at the free throw line. Right elbow, turns around. Out to McDougal, head of the key. McDougal working on the left point, over to Metzger on the left wing. She'll get a screen from McDougal, but go the other way. Spins, leaves it back to McDougal. Left wing, left open for three, drains it. Mara McDogal now with 6, gets Buckeye Central back to within a possession. 30-28, Colonel Crawford on top, 4:35 to play here in the third quarter. Roston bounces it over to Ayla McKibben, head of the key. McKibben stands, now drives, right of the lane, stops, right block extended. She'll bounce it, left block, Holt, left hand, good. Holt now with 12, and it's 32-28, Colonel Crawford on top. 4:15 to play here, third quarter. Metzger on the right wing. Spins, right block, floater off the glass. Leaves it short. But Nevaeh Metzger to the free throw line. That will be the second foul here on Colonel Crawford for the quarter. Metzger, 4 points on the afternoon. First free throw is good. She's got 5. Buckeye Central now 6 of 7 from the line as Gabby Roston will head to the bench and Lexi Rush in. So it's Holt, both McKibbens, DeRay, and Rush on the floor here for Colonel Crawford as Metzger gets the second free throw as well. She's got 6. And once again, back to a 2-point game here, 32-30. Colonel Crawford on top. DeRay to the free throw line. Hands it off to Holt, top of the key. She'll go, left elbow, jump stop, and is that a foul or a travel? Yes, I would say. She took about 4 steps getting into the lane. As you can see here on the replay from the OH report, jump stop and then took another 2. Crawford wanted the foul, but obvious call, and the officials make the right one. A 3 ball from the corner for Grace, and it's knocked out of bounds by Buckeye Central. Allison Weithman into the game here for Mira Holt. 32-30. Colonel Crawford leading with 3:43 in what has been a back-and-forth game. 3 lead changes so far. Couple of ties in there as well. DeRay feeds it over to Weithman on the left point. Weithman takes a couple bounces, dribbles it over to Ayla McKibben. McKibben near side corner, backs her way towards the free throw line to Lexi Rush, leaves it short on a jumper, and it's going the other way over the back on Lexi Rush as she commits the 3rd foul here of the quarter. 2nd foul for her. Lexi Rush will sub out. Gabby Roston in. 32-30. Colonel Crawford leading Buckeye Central with 3:15 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Metzger bounces it over to McDougal on the far side corner. McDougal gives it to Grace Colleen. Grace passes over, left wing to Ella Colleen. Working her way on the left elbow. Ella slings it over. A little too hard to handle for Nevaeh Metzger, through her hands and out of bounds. That would be turnover number 11 for the Buckettes. Mira Holt subs in here for Ayla McKibben. Ella Colleen out of the game. Ella Evac in for the Buckettes. So it's Roston, DeRay, Lene McKibben, Mira Holt, Allison Weithman on the floor for Crawford with the basketball, working left to right. Crawford's Roston, head of the key. Driving left of the lane. Bounces it over. Far side corner. DeRay, a trigger up on a 3. Can't get it to fall, but Roston there for the long rebound. She'll bounce it over to Holt. Right point. Defended by Metzger. Jabs towards the left. Goes towards the right. Splits through the defense. Lays it up, but can't get it to fall. Ella Evac has to rip it out of there, but she'll throw it out of bounds and turn it over. Yeah, could have maybe taken her time a little bit there, but turns it over out of bounds. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Colonel Crawford clinging to a 2-point advantage. It'll be Holt, head of the key, working here on Metzger again. Picks up her dribble, right point, lobs it in to Lene McKibben. Takes one dribble, loses it on the floor. Ball on the floor, jump ball. Possession to Buckeye. So that'll be the turnover here for Crawford. 15 on the game. 2:12 to play here in the quarter. McDougal for the lead. Can't get it to fall, but Grace comes flying in for the rebound. And what do we have here? A timeout. We'll take it as well. Colonel Crawford 32, Buckeye Central 30. We'll be right back. Fair was what has turned out to be a great game so far here on this Saturday afternoon. So Buckeye Central with the basketball right of the backboard. It'll be Grace Colleen to throw it in. Finds Seifert off the inbound, turns around, can't get it to fall. But she'll head to the free throw line, a chance to tie this thing up. So Elise Seifert at the line. First free throw off the left side, no good. Seifert, 50% free throw shooter here for Buckeye Central. As they trail by 2. Second one misses as well. Ball slapped around, but back into the hands here of Mira Holt, who jogs it up the floor with their team leading by 2. Driving, lays it up, can't get the roll. Seifert the rebound here for Buckeye. With 1:45 to play here, third quarter. It'll be Metzger on the wing. Metzger bounces it out to Grace Colleen, who drives and kicks it right side to Evac to Seifert, right point. Seifert drives, lays it up, scoop shot. Oh my goodness, got it to go. Tied at 32. Ralston turns, bounces it out, but fouled. And that'll be the first foul of the quarter for Buckeye Central. Tied at 32 with 1:20 to play. Duray and Holt sub out. So on the floor here for Crawford, rush to inbound it to Ralston. Both McKibbins along with Weithman on the floor as well here for Crawford. Ralston bounces it right wing to Rush. Rush pulls it back out, working on Metzger. Great defense there by Metzger. Lene McKibben, right point, drives, takes a couple dribbles, kicks it Ralston for three, off the left side, no good. Ball tipped around, picked back up by Crawford, 10-footer, no good. And once again, an offensive rebound, this time by Rush, as it was Ayla McKibben on the first attempt. She'll drive it, baseline, fouled by Evac on the floor. Coach says, let's let her shoot. Just kind of closing out a little too quickly. Ella Evac subs out. McDougal into the game here for Buckeye. Lexi Rush, left wing. Deep three, drains it. She's got 8. 35-32, Crawford on top. Metzger on the wing here for the Buckettes with 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Nevaeh Metzger drives, middle of the paint, bounces it out to Ella Colleen. Ella Colleen, left of the lane, stops, turns around, still on the bounce, feeds it to Grace. Grace Colleen out to Ella, right wing, drives right of the lane, turns around, still dribbling between the rings. Now bounces it back, 5 seconds on the clock. Just heaves it up. Seifert, offensive rebound, scoops it up, no good, no foul, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter, where Buckeye Central trails Colonel Crawford 35-32. You're listening to high school girls basketball here on WQEL, along with watching on the OH Report. WQEL and the OH Report, 35-32. Colonel Crawford on top of Buckeye Central. They will start out the third quarter with, the fourth quarter with the basketball. Big difference in the game here for Crawford. They have 6 made frees here in this game. They also have been out-rebounding Buckeye Central 15-13 on the glass, and those were kind of two of the keys that we talked about. They had to out-rebound Buckeye. They had to make some threes. Buckeye hasn't made their free throws 100%. They are 7 of 10, so 70% from the line. Lene McKibben along with Elise Seifert, and Elise Seifert commits the foul. First foul here of the fourth. Again, once you get to 5 fouls, you shoot 2 free throws, no one-on-ones anymore. So all Buckeye Central has to do, if they are trailing here in the later stages of the game, is just foul them 4 more times. Rush, though, a quick 3 off the heel, no good. Rebound tracked down in the corner by McDougal. Maybe Rush the 3 there. Did Rush. Ella Colleen, right side of the painted area, working her way up top. Now finds Metzger in the corner. Metzger works her way back out towards the right wing. Metzger to the free throw line, spins, bounces it. Seifert can't get it to fall. Roston comes out of the pack on the backside with the rebound here for Crawford. To Lene McKibben, left wing. Lene McKibben driving, turns around, trying to find somebody. Bounces it over to Holt, left wing, a three, got it. She's got 15. It's 7 threes on the game here for Colonel Crawford. Gives them a 6-point lead, 38-32 with 6:35 to play. Metzger at the volleyball line. Dribbles towards the right side, back to the basket, finds Grace Colleen, fakes a three, drives, kicks it to Metzger. Metzger, middle of the paint to Seifert, a three, tries to answer, she cannot. And Ayla McKibben tracks down the rebound. Still in the backcourt. McKibben with 6:10 to play here. Not a 10-second call. Just got it across to Lexi Rush. Rush, middle of the paint, turns, leaves it short. Rebound slapped around, but into the hands here of Metzger for Buckeye Central. Grace driving, now feeds it back out Metzger. Now left wing to Ella Colleen. Ella passes back out to Metzger. Metzger, crossover dribble from the free throw line, fouled. Roston got caught flat-footed for a second, trying to make up for it. And Metzger gets the shot, yeah. But got hit on the arm as well. Chance to cut into this deficit, trailing by 6. The biggest lead of the game here for Crawford. And she'll make it a 5-point game with her 7th point. 8 of 11 from the free throw line now is Buckeye Central. Rush and Roston check out for Crawford. Seifert to the bench as well for Buckeye. Metzger second, in and out. 38-33 our score. Holt, Weithman, both McKibbens, and Duray on the floor here for Crawford. Holt driving, backdoor pass, and a travel by Weithman. They missed the first travel, got the second one. And that would be turnover number 16 for Crawford, who still lead by 5. Metzger driving inside and a foul. (38-33), Colonel Crawford leading with 5:22 to play in the game. They'll inbound it from right of the backboard. Lobs it into Metzger, head of the key. Metzger holds for a second. Now decides to dribble here on the right wing. Metzger crosses over, bounces it over to Ella Colleen, who goes to the left elbow. Now turns around, drives it all the way towards the right elbow. To Evac, far side corner. She'll leave it out to McDougal, head of the key. Kicks it to Grace Colleen, who drives right of the lane. Grace goes up, and a blocking foul here against Crawford. Coach Bauer and company won an offensive foul. Judge for yourself on the replay. I mean, obviously the feet were still moving, but does she extend the elbow out is the question. You be the judge. What do you think, Adam? Yeah. First free throw, in and out. Yeah. Maybe the ball doesn't lie. Ella Colleen out, Seifert in. Evac, Grace Colleen, Nevaeh Metzger, Mara McDogal, and Elise Seifert into the game. Grace Colleen connects on the second. That's her first points of the night. 38-34. Colonel Crawford leading with 4:55 to play in the game. Right wing will be Ayla McKibben. Stops at the free throw line. Turns around, feeds it out to Holt. Drives, scoops it up, no good. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. Rebound to Seifert here for Buckeye, and then they'll turn it over. Ahead is McKibben and bounces it to Weithman. A 3-ball off the heel, no good. And a tip around Drew on the rebound and a foul against Colonel Crawford, I think. No. It'll go against Grace Colleen. Not sure how that was even a foul, but okay. Lene McKibben out to Holt. Holt driving up and off the glass, no good. Backside rebound for McDougal here for Buckeye. Cross the timeline to Metzger. Metzger, left wing, crosses over, spins around, leaves it to Seifert, left wing. She'll drive, left block, up and block, but back into the hands here of Seifert. Turnaround, Jay, got it. Big time answer there from Buckeye. Seifert now with 7, and it's a 2-point game once again. Duray steps back inside the 3-point line and leaves it short. Evac rips it down here for Buckeye, who trail by just 1 possession with 3:40 to play in the game. Metzger kicks it to McDougal for the lead. Off the heel, no good. Tipped around and out of bounds. Last touched by Buckeye Central. 3 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the game, and a timeout by head coach Phil Loy. We'll take one as well here on WQEL and the OH Report. 2-point game, Crawford on top. We'll be right back. .36, Colonel Crawford on top here with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. Was a 3-point game at the end of the third quarter. Now Buckeye has clawed back to within 2 at 38-36. Ralston for Crawford into the front court with 3.5 left. Ralston to the free throw line. To Holt on the left point. Holt is fouled here, slapped on the arm by Nevaeh Metzger. That'll be the 3rd team foul, 2nd here on Metzger of the game. 2 more fouls, and Colonel Crawford will be shooting a couple free throws. Colonel Crawford also with 3 team fouls here as well. Lene McKibben from the left point. Right wing, that's Holt. Holt, right elbow extended. Ball tipped out of her hands, but back into the hands here of Ralston. Ralston, head of the key. Over to Lene McKibben. She'll bounce it right point. McKibben stops and is fouled. So 2:54, they've taken over 30 seconds on this possession. They lead by 2, does Crawford. Ralston, far side corner to Holt, left point. Holt holds it for a second, now lobs it to Lene McKibben. Takes one bounce inside, off the glass and in, and the foul. Lene now with 7 points. They now lead at 40-36 with 2:45 to play. And Lene McKibben a chance at a 3-point play here. So free throw here for Lene McKibben is banked in. She's got 8. 5-point advantage for Crawford with 2:40 to play. Grace Colleen from the wing. Working up top, passes back, far side corner to Metzger. Fakes a three, drives, kicks it to Grace Colleen. A three, big time shot, Grace Colleen. Back to within 2 at 41-39. 2:22 left in the game. Roston on the wing, works her way towards the head of the key. 2:13 left here to play. Roston, left wing, kicks it far side corner to Lene McKibben. Out to Weithman from another zip code. Bang, she got it. With her first 3 points, gives Colonel Crawford a 44-39 lead, 1:55 to play. Inside a foul as Metzger drives. She'll head to the free throw line. That's 8 made threes in the game here for Colonel Crawford. So Metzger trying to cut into the deficit once again. They've been playing catch up here so far in this second half. First free throw was good. She's got 8. They're now 10 of 15 from the line. A couple of substitutions here for both teams. So on the floor for Colonel Crawford is Rush, Ayla, and Lene McKibben, Mira Holt, and Allison Weithman. For Buckeye Central, it's Metzger, Evac, Grace Colleen, Elise Seifert, and Mara McDougall. Free throw rattles in and out here for Metzger. Rebound comes down here to Holt for Colonel Crawford. 44-40. Crawford on top. Rush, a three. Couldn't get it to go. Ball slapped around, and are we going to have a foul or a jump ball? It's on the floor. Looks like we're going to have a foul. Rush, once again, shot that maybe a little too soon into the clock. Now we're going to go all the way to the other end, for this is the 5th foul here in the quarter. Both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the way as far as fouls. 5th rebound there for Mara McDougall. See if she can make this a one-possession game, and she does with the first. She's got 7. Buckeye now 11 of 17 from the line. 44-41. Ella Colleen into the game. McDougal's second is good, and we're back to a 2-point game. And a timeout. 44-42. Crawford on top. 1:38 to play. We'll be back.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
In the game, Colonel Crawford will have the basketball coming out of the timeout. It'll be Rush, Holt, Lene, and Ayla McKibben, along with Allison Weithman. For Buckeye Central, it's Ella and Grace Colleen, Nevaeh Metzger, Mara McDougall, and Elise Seifert. One possession game down to the final moments. Here in the second in-10 game of the year. Looks like Buckeye will just match up. And it's knocked out of bounds by McDougal of Buckeye. Ball stays here with the Eagles. And Lexi DeRay will sub in for Lexi Rush. With 1:26 left here in the game. They'll pass it to Ayla McKibben, head of the key, who will hold it up top. Now McDougal comes out. She'll take one dribble. Now trapped for a second, trying to find somebody, finds Mira Holt. High on the left, Holt under duress from Metzger, picks it up. Holt looking for someone, anyone, timeout. Coach Bauer here from Crawford. 1 minute, 2 seconds left in the game. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back.
Up from the bottom, now look at me now, they mad at me. I cannot slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. Nobody did it like this, so they wonder, they asking me if I can slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. Yeah, ooh, I'm moving faster than lightning. I can't close on my eyes, too excited. It's the fruit of what you get for trying. Don't be selling no more.
On the OH report, 1 minute, 2 seconds left here in the game. Crawford to inbound it from the near side. Lene McKibben finds DeRay in the backcourt. Into the front court she comes, working her way towards the left side. DeRay defended by Ella Colleen. Under a minute to play now, 50 seconds left in the game. Weithman, head of the key, turns around on Seifert and is fouled. Kind of stuck her leg out to get the foul, but at some point you needed to do it. But instead they send Weithman to the line, which on the stat sheet, she had only shot one free throw coming into the week. Trying to clinch this game, and the first one is good from Allison Weithman. She's got 4. She had a big-time 3 here in this fourth quarter. For her first 3 points, she scored all 4 here in this, now all 5 here in the second half, in the fourth quarter. 45-42. Colleen, a 3 off the right side, no good, and into the hands of Ayla McKibben on the rebound. To Lene McKibben, who's fouled by Ella Evac. With 27.6 on the clock, and Colonel Crawford leading 46-42. And Ella Evac out of the game with her 5th foul. That was quick. Lene's first free throw is good. Man, they have made some clutch free throws here in this second half. Timeout, 47-42. Crawford on top. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back. Along with the OH report, 47-42. Now we got our stats figured out, right, Adam? 8 of 10 from the free throw line for Crawford. That's pretty darn good, I'd say. They lead it 47-42. So once again at the free throw line here is Lene McKibben. Makes it 48-42. Two-possession game. Buckeye needs a 3. It's Grace Colleen driving inside, or at least a quick two. It was bobbled and a travel. 15 turnovers for Buckeye Central. Both teams kind of settled in after committing quite a few turnovers in that first quarter. 13 seconds left on the clock, and Lene is fouled by Mara McDogal. .7 on the clock. And Crawford, more than likely, barring a miracle, will clinch this game as Ayla McKibben subs in for Gabby Roston. Second free throw is missed as well, but a rebound knocked out of bounds by Buckeye. So the ball stays here with Crawford. Coach Lloyd's going to take a timeout. Let's take one more. 48-42, Crawford on top. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back. They'll inbound it from right of the backboard on the baseline. They get the switch. Duray out to Linnea McKibben. Pulls it out. 10 seconds left in the game. And it looks like Buckeye's not going to foul. And that's going to end the game. Colonel Crawford comes into Washington and beats beats Buckeye Central by a final score of 48-42. That's going to wrap things up. We'll come back with the post-game show here on WQEL right after this.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
in conference play. And we'll go ahead and run down some final stats here for you as Mara McDogal, 8 points, 5 rebounds here for Buckeye Central, 4 points, 1 rebound for Grace Colleen. Ella Evac, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Nevaeh Metzger, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Ella Colleen, 6 points. Elise Seifert, 7 points and 5 rebounds. Macy Deppen, 4 points and a rebound. Buckeye Central was 12 of 20 from the free throw line. They had 15 turnovers. They shot 4 of 13 from beyond the arc, 13 of 23 from three-point land, from their field goal percentage of 56%. Colonel Crawford leading the way for them was Mira Holt with 15 points and 5 rebounds. Gabby Rosson, a point, 2 rebounds. Allison Weithman, 5 points. Lexi Rush, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Ayla McKibben, 6 points, 5 rebounds. And Lene McKibben with 10 points. They were 8 of 12 from the line, 16 turnovers. They shot 53% from the field. Next games up for both teams. Colonel Crawford versus Bucyrus on the 15th, and on the 15th as well, Buckeye Central will face Mohawk. So stay tuned. Those are some of our final stats. We'll come back with our McDonald's players of the game and our first to score here, and we'll also break away from the OH report. So stay tuned with them for the post-game show where they'll have their MVP along with coaches' interviews coming up. That's on the OH report, and then we'll wrap this thing up here on WQEL. That's coming up next.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
So Ayla, what was something that really made you proud to be on our team today?
We didn't have the best first quarter. We gave up 18 points, which is almost our average. And then we came out in the second quarter, and we got our stops, we got our scores, and we were down 9, and then we ended up being tied at half. So that was a team effort, and I was really proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, I agree. You know, it's always about living up to our standard, and we set that at the beginning of the year, and it's just how can we improve to get better every game, every practice, every minute. And I think today really showed that we're on the right track. What was your favorite moment of the game?
Favorite moment is, well, a pass to you, of course.
Yeah, you're always good at finding me. I think it's the twin telepathy or something. I don't really know, but, you know, it works. Yeah, I think our defense really showed through tonight. Not all of our shots fell, but I think that, you know, just knowing we have each other's back all the way. So,
I would like to shout out our Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles team.
And I want to shout out the front row crew. So,